Hello, welcome to the course on Indian Geography for JYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University. In this lecture, we will discuss about drainage, and this is the part one of the lecture on drainage system of India. So, in this lecture, when we talk about the drainage system of India, we can broadly divide the Indian drainage system into two parts: the Himalayan drainage system and the peninsular drainage system. So first in this lecture we will discuss the Himalayan drainage system. The Himalayan drainage system we will discuss the characteristics, nature and some important features of the Himalayan drainage system. It's drained by 19 major rivers, of which the Indus and the Brahmaputra are the largest ones, and each having catchment basins in the mountains of about 260,000 square kilometers in extent. Five of the 19 rivers, with a total catchment area of about 132 square kilometers, belong to the Indus system, that is, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Bias, and the Satluj rivers. And they collectively define the vast region divided between Punjab state in India and Punjab province in Pakistan. Of the remaining rivers, nine belong to the Ganges system, that is Ganga system. In it, the Ganga, Yamuna, Ramganga, Kali, Karnali, Rapti, Gandak, Bagmati, and Kosi rivers are important. Oh, and these rivers drain roughly 218,000 square kilometers of area. Three belong to the Brahmaputra river system, that is the Tista, the Redak, and the Manas, draining about 184,000 square kilometers in the Himalayas. The Himalayan drainage system mainly comprises of the basin areas of the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. The rivers are perennial in nature and are fed by rains during monsoon season as well as by the melting of the snow during summer season. Rivers are in their youthful stage in the Himalayan drainage system and carving out a number of erosional features like the deep gorges, V shaped valleys, rapids, and waterfalls. Himalayan rivers, which now belong to the three principal systems, that is the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, have evolved through a long period of geological history. They originate on the southern slopes of the Tibetan highlands and first flow parallel to the main axis of the mountains in longitudinal troughs. They take a sudden bend towards south, carving out deep gorges across the mountain ranges to reach the northern plains of India, and such deep gorges by the Indus, Satluj, Alaknanda, Gandak, Kosi, and Brahmaputra rivers suggest that they are older than the mountains themselves and have antecedent characteristics. Now, evolution of the Himalayan drainage system. There are differences of opinions regarding the evolution of the Himalayan rivers. However, geologists believe that a mighty river called Shivalik or Indo-Braham traversed the entire longitudinal extent of the Himalaya from Assam to Punjab and onwards to Sindh, and finally discharged into the Gulf of Sindh near Lower Punjab during the Miocene period, some 5 to 24 million years ago. The remarkable continuity of the Shivalik and its lacustrine origin and alluvial deposits consisting of sands, silt, clay, boulders, and conglomerates support this view. It is opined that in due course of time, Indo-Braham River was dismembered into three main drainage systems. First is the Indus and its five tributaries in the western part. And second is the Ganga and its tributaries in the central part. And third is the Brahmaputra in Assam and it is Himalayan tributaries in the eastern part. The dismemberment was probably due to the Pleistocene upheaval in the western Himalayas, including the uplift of the Potwar Plateau, that is the Delhi Ridge, which acted as the water divide between the Indus and Ganga drainage systems. Now we will discuss the Indus River. River Indus rises in Tibet. It flows in the northwest direction from its source, that is glaciers of Kailash Range, that's Kailash Range in Tibet near Mansarovar Lake, till the Nanga Parbat Range. After entering Jammu and Kashmir through a picturesque gorge, it flows between the Ladakh and Zaskar ranges. It flows through the regions of Ladakh, Baltistan, and Gilgit. Several tributaries like the Zaskar, the Shiok, and Hosanna join it here. It flows through Baltistan, Gilgit, and emerges from mountains of Attock. Famous five rivers of Punjab, the Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, and Jhelum, meet the Indus a little above Mithankot in Pakistan. And it's the Indus River discharges its water ultimately in the Arabian Sea. Then we will discuss the Ganga River system. The Ganga is the largest river of the Indian subcontinent, flowing east through the Gangetic Plain of northern India into Bangladesh. The Ganga is that's 2,500 kilometers long river rises in the Gangotri Glacier. From North Ganga, it is joined by numerous tributaries like the Yamuna, Gomti, the Gagara, Gandak, and Kosi. River Yamuna arises from Yamunotri Glacier in the Himalayas and flows parallel to Ganga and is right bank tributary which joins Ganga at Allahabad. Gagara, the Gandak, and Kosi rise in Nepal Himalayas, and these rivers flood parts of northern plains every year, causing widespread havoc but enriching the soil for extensive agricultural lands of northern plains. The main tributaries coming from the peninsular uplands are the Chambal, Betwa, Son, and Damodar. They arise from semi-arid areas and have shorter courses and do not carry much water in them. Ganga flows eastwards till Farakka in West Bengal. This is the northernmost point of Ganga Delta. Okay, so that means the river ultimately flows into the Bay of Bengal. Then third is the Brahmaputra river system. Brahmaputra river rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar Lake. It is very close to the source of Indus and Satluj. In Tibet, it is known by the name of Sangpo, Tsangpo. It is slightly longer than Indus, and most of its course lies in Tibet. It flows eastward parallel to the Himalayas to its south. When it reaches peak of Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn and makes a 5,500-meter deep gorge. After this, it enters India in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. Here it is called as Dihang and is joined by Dibang, the Lohit, Kenula, and numerous other tributaries to form the Brahmaputra in Assam. Each year during the rainy season, Brahmaputra River floods its banks and causes widespread devastation in Assam and Bangladesh due to various floods. The river also shifts channels during rainy season every year. This is basically about the Himalayan drainage system. Thank you.